Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? It's Tyler. Welcome to another episode of the Ward Show. My basically vessel to talk about ideas, talk about things that's going on in my life, things that's going on in the world today, whatever it is. I'm just out here to give a voice to some people that might be saying some things or agreeing to some things that I'm saying or whatever. That's what this is. Plus, hey, if you watch my videos, put a comment on them. And especially with the Ward Show, I think what I'm going to add to it is I'm going to start putting in a section where I read off maybe a couple of comments or whatever, things that the people are going to be saying or whatever back, and kind of addressing those things, or just putting those words out there for people to see that they're speaking through this vessel also. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their opinion. I love it. I think that's what I love about this media thing, this whole social media. That's what I love about video production. That's why I went into video production. It's a vessel for us real people to be able to speak and say what we want to say, and have a platform to be able to do that. And that's why I put together the whole Ward Show, so I can talk to y'all, talk to my people, tell you what I gotta say, and let you listen to my ideas and stuff. So today's episode of the Ward Show will be centered around sports. We're gonna talk about sports today. The main topic of this episode is going to be buy-in. I call it the buy-in. And coming from a sports background, coming from someone who's been playing basketball since I was 5, 6 years old, playing at all levels, playing at even the most elite, well, not the most elite level, but at an elite level, semi-pro league that I was playing in. Also, my brother, if you don't know, Alan Anderson, played in the NBA. So just getting that exposure and understanding that aspect of professional basketball at that level is also a nice piece of knowledge to have. So yeah, let's go right into it. The buy-in. My thing about the buy-in is, as I just said, that I played basketball since I was 5 years old. So and as old as I am now, when I was 5, that style of basketball is different than what's out right now. One of the things that was a lot easier to do was to buy into what was going on. I think the buy-in is a concept that's very old school. Because what you got to do is you have to learn your roles. And that's the most important job in a buy-in, is that you got to understand what your role is, and you got to be able to play your role good. I saw a video one time, I think it might have been either Bradley Beal talking to his AAU team, and he was telling them, he was being spitting it real. He was telling them, look, there's really only 2 stars on the team, two stars, right? And two guys that can do whatever they want to do. There's really only 2. So that means if you got a roster of 13 kids, in the NBA I think it's 15, but only 13 can suit up. But you have a roster of all these people, and 2 are your stars. That means all the rest of the players are role players, right? So, and that's when you make it to the most elite level. So you bring it down to college, bring it down to high school, and even grade school. Those numbers are huge. As far as the organizations. So you're gonna have multiple teams, and you're gonna have multiple kids that need to learn how to be role players. That's just what you got to do. You got to learn your role. If you're a shooter, be a shooter. And that's part of the whole buy-in process, is that once you figure out what it is you can do, that's what you need to exercise more of, get more skilled at, and work on those things. So if you're a dribbler, you want to be a point guard, work on your handles, and let that be part of what you do. But a lot of times I think a lot of kids nowadays want to do everything. They want to be, okay, if I'm the point, a lot of the mentality is, when I'm the point guard, I'm the one with the ball, so I'm the one that can do everything. But the whole definition of a point guard is to be able to facilitate the ball, not to score. Honestly, that's not the main role of a point guard, is to score. The first role of a point guard is to initiate offense. Now, if he can, break people down all the time and get to the bucket, or he got a nice shot, hey, it might be one of your stars, or one of your scorers. But the main job is for him to come down and say, okay, what do I need to do to get us a bucket? Whether it's with me, whether it's with my shooting guard, whether it's with my power forward, whether it's with my small forward, or whether it's with my center. Either way, I'm going to learn what's the best option that we can do to score this ball. That's point guards. That's what point guards that understand that become point guards, because they understand that mentality. And all that is the buy-in process, because now you got your point guard, right? Now you got your shooter. Okay, does your shooter know how to come off screens? Does your shooter know how to set his feet when he's ready to shoot, have his hands ready? Those are things that a person that's a shooting guard or a shooting person is supposed to be able to know. And if he knows his role, he does those. Richard Hamilton, Ray Allen was like probably the best at doing that. Reggie Miller was great at doing that. So that's the thing too. Studying that, like kids, we got to teach them how to study that part of the game, because if that's what you want to do, study a guy that does that good, and then you learn how to do that. A lot of times, you say some names, I say Reggie Miller to some kids, they probably wouldn't know who the heck that is. And it was only maybe 12 years ago that he was out of the league. And education of the game is also an easy way to buy in, because once you understand what the game is all about, first of all, you understand what your role should be and how you can play that role to the best of your ability. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was, in regards to buy-in, was my last year coaching. I was the assistant coach under Pat Buchanan over at Apple Valley High School, and we had a rough season last year. we had a rough season last year. We lost a lot. I think we may have been 7-22, 5-22 possibly. I'm not trying to give us 5, but I think it was 7-22. So that was a really rough year for me, especially my first year at the high school level of coaching. And one of the things that was a problem for us was the buy-in aspect of the game. We wanted to teach these kids how to buy in to playing their roles and figuring out their roles. And not only that, but buying in to playing with each other and learning how to play with each other. I think that people need to understand that part of that buy-in means that you got to understand the skill set of your teammate also. It's not just about you buying in, it's about you educating yourself to what your teammates can do also. So if I know a guy is pretty fast, then, James Naismith created the game of basketball by taking a ball and putting it in the hoop. That's it. That's the whole process of basketball. That's what it is. Taking the ball and putting it in the hoop. Now, when defense comes into play, it makes you have to create things. That's where coaches and educators are teaching young kids that, how can we put this in the hoop with the defense there? You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, like I said, if I have a fast player, layups all day. I'm getting layups all day. That's 2 points. That's the whole name of the game, putting the ball in the hoop. If I got a guy who's faster than everybody else on the court, that's 2. I can get points off of him just because he's fast. But that's because I'm a point guard. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the game a little bit better, and that's why when I played, I knew my role. And when I was coaching last year, I was trying to teach these kids to learn their role, learn what you can do best, learn what the other teammates can do, and utilize that and learn that. You got to buy into that. I think one of the biggest things of buying in last year that we had to face was trying to break these kids down. And I think it sounds rough, it sounds difficult, break somebody down, but I think that's a mentality that's it's okay. That was my, that was my team, those were my boys, and what we were doing and trying to break them down was very hard for them to understand, which is okay. It's okay, especially when you have, like I said, you have high school kids who are building an ego, who are growing within themselves, who are basically young adults who are trying to become adults. So they have the mind of their own. They know what they want to do. They have an idea that their opinion is correct, and you're trying to get them to understand a different mentality, a different idea. And that's the whole buy-in, is just to say, hey, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and try this. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna try out what coach is saying and see if it works. And if it works, then we good. If it doesn't, then we try something else, or we even try your way. But the buy-in process is difficult when everyone doesn't do it. You got all, like I said, 13 kids or whatever on your roster. All these kids have to all buy in. You can't have 5 starters buy in, and then you got your reserves who are still doing whatever they want to do, because when you make that sub, now that whole buy-in concept on the floor is not there anymore. And it's important because championship teams do that. I mean, you take it back to any team you look at in regards to NBA championships. I mean, sports in any team sport, you look at the team. I mean, a lot of teams, I mean, they have some older guys on there. I mean, young youth movements hardly ever win championships because those young guys haven't understood how to buy in fully yet. But a lot of these guys, I mean, you see teams who go out and get veterans, who, 15-year veterans, and put them on their team because they understand that guy knows how to know his role. He knows how to do what he does and knows how to do it good. And not only that, he'll buy in to what the system and what's going on with the teams. And those teams win championships. And when you bring it down to the youth level, it's the same thing. If you can have a group of kids who play basketball with each other for years, by the time they get into high school, I mean, they're going to be top team because of the fact that they know how to play as a team. They've been playing together very well. They know how to play off each other. They know what each other can do. They play their roles. They bought in a long time ago. When you have people shifting and moving and transferring and all that kind of stuff, it's hard to get a constant of buy-in, because everybody's going to be doing their own ideals at some point. And anytime you have people doing their own ideas at some point, usually it results in failure. But so, I mean, sometimes you get them freak athletes and basketball players, man. They go out there and do whatever they want. But that's a lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? But you can get it. But most of the time, you're going to have a team concept and a team buy-in to make something successful happen in regards to championships and winning and having a winning culture. I think a winning culture is very difficult if you don't have a buy-in. And we're not talking about winning one year. We're talking about winning like Larry McKenzie. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about winning 4 champs here, going to another school, winning 4 champs there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in order to have that, you gotta have these kids buy in, and you gotta teach that. And there's nothing wrong with the youth movement. There's nothing wrong with it, because I think one of the things last year I did was I tried to push and implement the youth movement that we had going on, because we had a lot of young kids on our team because we didn't have high numbers at Apple Valley. So we had a lot of young kids on our team, and what that did was it put us in a situation where we had to, go with young athleticism and not knowledge. And youth movements are okay because what you can do is you can plan for the future with those youth. I mean, we had 3 freshmen playing on the team, and 2 of those would be in a game every once in a while. We had juniors that were starting. We had sophomores that were playing significant minutes on varsity, and it was tough. But to be able to look at that and look at those youth and see their development, and most of the time the youth ones are the ones buying in because they know they got years to go. Them juniors and seniors, sometimes it's difficult for them to buy in. They're like, hey man, I gotta get my money, man. I gotta get up out of here. I'm trying to go to college, and I understand that. I get it. But in order to be a successful team, you gotta have a full buy-in of everybody that's on the team. You coach the head of the snake. The head coach is the head of the snake. Everybody else is part of that chain that goes down. But you get that buy-in, and it's very easy to be successful and be able to create things and implement things and talk and discuss without any friction. Another big thing about it is that I learned is the parent buy-in. The parent buy-in is important too. I mean, that's one of the most important things, because especially at the youth level, the parents have to be willing to give their kid to the coach. And that's difficult. And I know it's difficult. I know because I did that once. I coached my son up until, he's a freshman in high school now, but I coached my son up until last year. And he was younger in kindergarten and first grade, actually pre-K, kindergarten and first grade. He played soccer. He was really good soccer player. And so when he got to second grade, all his friends, that he was friends with in sports, they were playing football around the soccer time. Soccer was a fall sport, so he wanted to try football for his second grade fall year. And I was like, okay, man, I can't lie. I was really kind of nervous, because my son has been playing soccer, he's been playing basketball. He's played semi-contact sports, not full-on aggressive football, right? So I was kind of scared because I was like, man, he lightweight, man. If he get hit, man, he gonna be like, yo, forget this football crap. And I was like, dang, I remember one time, my boy, because I sat down, I said, I'm not gonna coach. It's my boy Forrest, one of my guys. He was the head coach of the team. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, we're gonna put TJ at running back. TJ fast, right? So he was like, ran a play, and so I think it had to be like the first play of the game, man, or the first play that TJ got. So they gave it to him on a running back play. Dude came around the corner, cracked his little butt. He cracked his little butt and put him on his ass. I was like, damn. I was like, stood up. You know what I'm saying? Had that moment where you stand up and you're like, whoa, look at make sure your kid all right. You know what I'm saying? And he was down for a little bit. They came over and talked to him a little bit. He got up, and then either the next play or the play after that, he broke for like a 65, 80-yard touchdown, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And and it was the beginning of what will continue to be a good football career. But yeah, man, I had to sit back, dog. I had to sit back, and it was difficult, but it was a lot easier for me, unfortunately, that the head coach of the football team was somebody I knew. In most cases, especially when you get up to high school and college, it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like that. You're gonna have somebody coaching your kid that you may have never even heard about. You're gonna have somebody coaching your kid with their own mentality of how they coach. You're gonna have somebody coaching your kid who thinks differently of your kid, and that's the buy-in part where it comes in at. Do you believe in the plan and goal that this coach has? Do you believe that he can make something happen successfully with this team that your kid is a part of? If you can't, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't believe that and you can't buy into that, yeah, I can see why people leave. But the buy-in part becomes what I was speaking about first, that longevity, that continuity. You can't get that if you keep jumping. You have to find something in a place where you can foresee, especially at the high school level, before the high school level, the grade school level, where you can see, okay, if he's in this system with these kids, and then finally get up to the high school level, and you're like, okay, and then these kids with this coach, you're like, all right, that's cool. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's one of the reasons why I stay over at Apple Valley, is because I can foresee the future of Apple Valley basketball, Apple Valley sports overall. It's going to be changing in the wind in probably about 2 years. So that's got me eager for being over there. And for me, the buy-in is just all about good basketball. Like I said, Dr. James Naismith created the game saying, take this ball and put it in the basket. That's it. We need to find a way to do that. The best way we can do that. And good basketball is, let's say I got a shooter who just knocked down 2 shots. If I'm one of the other 4 guys on that floor, I'm either getting him the ball in a good place to score again, or I'm setting screens for this dude to get him open because he just hit 2. That's 2. We know. We done play. Y'all remember NBA Jam? You know what I'm saying? When the niggas, he's heating up. Oh no, he on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time a man hit a 3rd one, he lit. So why wouldn't I, as a point guard, or like I said, the other 4 people on the team, why wouldn't I do whatever I can to make sure this guy gets another shot? Because he's feeling it right now. And that's good basketball, because the mindset is, okay, as long as he's hitting, we winning. We winning. And that's the whole point of good basketball and buying in, is to make sure that we as a team win. It's a team sport, and when you have a full buy-in, good basketball is easy. Good basketball is easy. I mean, you get good backdoors, you get good screens, you get good pick and rolls, you get good play calling, you get good time development, you get good floor presence, you get good possessions. And with basketball, you can have one dominant person, but you have teams that win games. You got teams that win championships, right? And you can have 2, most of the time you're only going to have about 2. You can have 2 stars on your team, but if the other guys and those stars don't play their roles, play within each other, and play with each other, it's very difficult to play good basketball. it's very difficult as a coach to be on the bench to install a good basketball. Practice, learning how to come to practice with a mentality that you want to learn the game, because that's what practice is. And you know, basketball is just one of the sports, like I said, was implemented in my life, and it became part of my life. Mentality that I learned from basketball and sports, it just taught me different things that I've applied to other aspects of my life. So you know, just to be able to play good basketball is just a natural thing for me. And we're trying as coaches to instill that in our kids, how to play the game naturally, how to feel the game, and not just go out there and roll the ball out like it's pickup basketball on a Thursday afternoon. Basketball is a gateway. It's a opportunity for kids to get to college and be paid to go to college. Now that they have all these new ways and methods of endorsements and paying kids. But to get a free education after that, God bless you if you go on to be a professional or not. But I think basketball can open doors for you, sports in general itself. But like I said, this is an episode about buying in on the basketball level. Yeah, man. I mean, that's really all I got to speak about it right now today. I mean, comment, man. Say what you want to say, man. Tell me what you want to say. You don't like what I'm saying. You think the opposite of what I'm saying. You love what I'm saying. You think the same as what I'm saying. Do it, man. Comment on it, man. Let me know what's up. Yeah, man. I've been trying to be in my bag lately, man. I'm trying to get these things off and cracking. As you can see, man. I thank you guys for all supporting my program that's coming out, My Hoops. And our parent company, My 7 on 7, is creating a My Hoops division. And like you've seen my post before, I'll be running that. So thank you guys for all supporting the page. I'll be updating with things and events, and updating the page with everything that's going to be going on, man. I'll keep you informed and, you know, get you guys involved in something new in Minnesota. So but we're going to put basketball on the map. It's big, so might as well get a piece of it and see what's out there and try to give these kids an opportunity to play some more basketball. And we're going to be most likely specializing in 3-on-3 basketball. So that's a different aspect. It's half-court basketball, so it's going to be a different concept. But that's a different episode, and that's for, you know, saying my page. But I'll get you guys involved in that and keep you guys informed on what's going on with that. Yeah, thank you for supporting the foundation. I know it's been a couple of, like, two or 3 weeks, two weeks since I've, you know, put something out there about the foundation, but I have a lot of things going on these last few weeks. But we'll get back to promoting and putting the things on for the foundation that we've done over the years, as I've told you before. So proud of that. 800 Styles Productions, you know what I'm saying, my production company. Y'all see me with the video camera. Y'all always seen me with the video camera. I've always had it. So I'm gonna continue to be doing that. Getting on the map right there, putting out some things for you guys, some highlight videos. I've always been doing those, so you're always gonna see highlight videos. I'm trying to do like a spotlight of athletes or athlete. Do something like that with that. Plus I got a documentary coming out. My documentary actually is gonna be on something about Apple Valley. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? I got some kids, man, that came through the system, the association system. Basically what I was talking about was the buy-in. But you know, look for that. It'll be some more information about that, but I'm in the works on that right there. And yeah, man, thanks for, you know what I'm saying, loving me. Thanks for being, you know what I'm saying, who you are. Everybody be who you are, be real, be the best you can be. And thanks for looking out for me. And you know what I'm saying, I'll put out another episode maybe every week. I'm gonna try to do every week. I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna step it up for you guys out here. So, you know what I'm saying, thank you for watching the Ward Show. I appreciate it. Have a good day.